And the grey skies have given way to a bright sunny day here in Melbourne on this Sunday afternoon. Second half coming up. Richmond 7-6, Fremantle 3-4. And the grey clouds that hovered over Punt Road literally today and also in recent weeks by way of the club's fortunes also parting. Tigers trying to keep their finals hopes alive. Dockers to the left of screen for this second half, and it's Hazelby getting it from Sandilands. Hurries one towards Longmuir and Polak along the forward line. Roden sharks it, does well. Gives it on to Brown. He'll measure his kick to the wing. Blumfield pushed in the back, wins a free kick.
Well, we saw that Polak has been pushed forward and Pavlich has gone into defence. He's picking up Schiltz. And I'm sure there's been a couple of other changes being made. Simmons also deep, remains in the goal square.
Plumfield on the wing then. Goal to play on. Kicks it high down towards the attacking 50. In front Ottens. Couldn't hang on. Over the ball Grover. Tries to slap it towards the boundary. Medhurst. Clears apart for Shammer. Down he goes.
Thank you.
Love a bounce.
Thanks. Lame up, lame up, lame up.
The margin was 21 points at quarter time, 26 at half time. The Tigers on top, but the margin blew out to beyond 40 points at one stage. Late goals by Fremantle, getting them back within reaching distance. Walker only as far as Ottens. Untidy hand pass. Opportunity for Carr. Fed it into the path of Bell, who goes back to a teammate Headland. Indiscriminate handball that one. Johnson and Headland wrestle. And Headland bulldogs him down with the football sandwich between the pair. And we'll have a ball up. In the foreground there, Duncan Kellaway. Great to see him back. Gutsy footballer. He's paid the price for his courage over the years. Headland missed it. Shammer knocks it back towards the boundary. Headland hugs the boundary with a kick. It pitches about 5 metres in. Hall knocks it away from Longmuir. Boundary throw in as we go down to Tiffany Cherry.
The wind has actually dropped down here. It's still blowing, but it's certainly not as strong as it was. And just an update on Robbie Hadrill. He's definitely out for the game.
Thanks, Tiff. Dockers need the first goal. A scramble from the throw-in ends up with Brown. Under some pressure. Good peripheral vision. Now Roden. Enjoying having a bounce today. Kicks this one very wide to the southern wing for Bowden, and it bounces over for a boundary throw-in. The Dockers bench, Cunningham there with Hayden, Cook and Grover. Boundary throw-in on the outer wing. Sandilands leaning down. Here's Headland. Polak. Now Hall gathers it, steadies, kick to midfield, a good one.
It's going to be the pivotal battle now, this one, between Bell and Brown as to whether or not they can get back into this, the Dockers, because if Brown unleashes his class, it's all over.
Newman on the wing towards half forward. Oh, that's a wonderful mark. Under enormous pressure, Chaffee. Pavlich the attempted spoil from behind, but Chaffee hanging on. Kicking deep towards the goal square. Waiting at the back, Richardson. Can he get his fourth goal? He's got a big turning circle. Gets both the ball, snaps it around his body, and he's done enough. Goal number 4. You'll see that tonight on the winners here on Fox Footy from 7:30 Eastern as the Tigers push out by 32 points.
Well, it was good reward, Matthew Richardson, but purely it's set up by this terrific mark from a player that's not noted for his aerial prowess under some enormous pressure by Matthew Pavlich, but the big burly full forward got around the big crane in Aaron Sandilands and put through his fourth, and that there might take the wind out of any momentum Fremantle had.
Got to say, some very lax marking by the Docker defence there. There seemed to be 2 or 3 Tiger players without opponents, or at least nobody near them.
Well, certainly Chaffee isn't being picked up by Pavlich, but that was an incredible body slam with Chaffee coming down on Pavlich's chest.
Brown out of the middle, kicks inside the 50. McFarlane springs to his feet, runs away, goes short. Shammer goes back and takes the mark. 14 possessions to lead the way for the Dockers in the first half. Byron Shammer has taken some hard knocks in recent times. Kicks down towards half forward, and Hazelby running out of space. Clever to his own advantage. Hooks it back towards the kick-off line. Longmuir has taken the mark 20 metres out. Chance for the quick reply goal.
Just here he completed. Thanks. Right.
Well, again, they made hard work of it. Their first instance or their first thought is to go wide, and Paul Hazelby worked extremely hard to get the ball, but we didn't see it on camera there. But Troy Simmons just led for 30 or 40 yards. When you've got a big full forward or tall marking forward in the forward line, get it long and quickly into him.
13 goals for the season for Justin Longmuir. Steps in, kicks tight. I think it's okay. He's got 2 now.
A magic piece of play by Paul Hazelby. He was being pressured by Brown, who was trying to get the ball, and Hazelby over the boundary line. You can just see there that he's gone. He's back in it, a little bit of a toe poke, and then centres it to the top of the square. Longmuir did a fine job in snaring it, but a great example of ball control.
And a little bit of spirit shown between the two.
Thanks. Don't hold him. A long way to bring a free kick. Yeah, no, don't do that shit. That's just bullshit, all right? Just stand there,
Stephen
just stand
McBurney providing the soundtrack.
And well put.
8-6 to 4-4. They'll need their own channel soon. Sandilands down to Hazelby. Inside the 50. Can they get 2 in a row? Brown, he's been willing today. He does well. No one puts the body on him. Handball though straight into the shin of Schultz, and we'll have another bounce.
He has been very good, Andrew Brown. So he's been on and off the ground, but he's one player that looks as though he's likely to create something. But I just think with the move of Aaron Sandilands into the centre square, they've got 2 clearances. Haven't resulted in direct goals, but his value in that centre square, giving first use to his on-fallers through Hazelby and the like. It's an important move.
Clearance important here. Ottens wins it down. Bounce to Polak. Caught by Ottens. Schultz, the kick smothered to Hyde. To Brown. To Johnson. Still under pressure. Well done, Peter Bell. The captain to lift the Dockers. Shammer keeps it low. Oh, clever kick. And a wonderful goal. There's the spark for the visitors. Byron Shammer knew he had to keep it low to the punt road end. He did, and that's why they've signed him to the end of 2007.
Well, Swatter, it's a different looking Dockers side perhaps in this term. They have started to find a couple of players prepared to run. Brown in particular has led the way. Shammer's been pretty good all day as well, but a couple of blokes are now starting to jump on board their enthusiasm.
Pressure. Sorry, Dennis, if you're prepared to put pressure on when the ball's in the forward line, you'll create opportunities. Good signs for the Dockers.
Young South Australian leading the way to 16 possessions.
Sorry, mate.
We've got a blood rule, and Johnson is coming off. We scan him, maybe on the leg. Strange situation. He comes towards the construction side. That's where the benches are. Not much else on that side of the ground for the moment. So Johnson sits down. Kellaway comes on, and the margin back to 20 points, as close as it's been for some time. 21 at quarter time.
Straight back.
Sandilands and Ottens. Sandilands wins it down. Bell trying to lay it off to Shammer. Spills to Campbell. Hurriedly out of the middle. It bounces inside the forward 50. A lot of wrestling down there. Down goes Walker, held without it. Didn't take clean possession. We'll get the free kick. James Walker spots a man out wide. Gained about 15 metres. Gave it to Woods. To Sandilands. Sandilands right on the wing. Inboard, Polak.
Tigers have got to do something here. The Dockers are just starting to gather some momentum, starting to run.
Inside the forward 50, Tivendale was up, got a fist on it, knocked it away. Down goes Headland, attracted a crowd. He's over the football. Campbell wants a free kick, and the umpire, having none of it, will bounce. Yes, a bit more energy about the Dockers at the moment to start this third term. Des having a bit to say. Ottens weaves his way through, knocks it straight to Polak though from 65 metres out, floats it to the pocket. Gaspar going back, it bounces high. Gaspar quite content with that result. It'll be thrown in.
Along with big Aaron Sandilands, I think the move of Graham Polak to centre half forward is giving them that forward target around centre half forward. He's had a couple of early touches and he's getting himself involved.
Campbell, the leading ball winner. From the throw-in, Otten's down to Campbell, the skipper, with his 19th touch. Ball sent wide. Medhurst.
Stay there.
Centering kick, a shade risky, in fact. A shade costly, perhaps, because Tivendale and the Tigers are away. Richardson's got room to run to. He dives out, can't take it. Parker, they've stuck with him, and he does well here. Sandilands. Now McFarlane just toe pokes it to the wing. Well, Shammer, did he have it spent? Saw the man, his teammate, out of the left of his eye. Gets it on to Walker. Now Medhurst. High one towards half forward. Target is Longmuir, has several to beat. The Tigers are happy with a boundary throw in. There's the knee taped up. Kane Johnson to come back into the fray. Parallel with the weather perhaps for the Dockers today. It started a gloomy Melbourne day, but now they look up, might think they're in Perth, the bright blue sky. They're on their way back. Shammer, will he win a free then? No. Diving in on it, Kellaway. Bell, caught, Penner for the tackle. Well, it is going nowhere. I'm trying to find a crouton in a salad there. We'll have a bounce.
Well, a good thing they didn't play yesterday then. Gee, it was cold yesterday. You could have sat between two moose and still turned blue, I reckon. A bounce just inside the boundary line, 54 to 34. Longmuir tried to step around. Otten's interfered. Ottens will get the free kick.
Always wonder what the plural of moose was.
Moose.
Well, I sat with next to Rex and Dipper yesterday, Jared, and that's got to be close.
Yeah, we turned green.
Ottens from half back, told to play on. Some indecision eventually. Gives it to Pettifer to Brown. Brown on the wing, goes for distance. High ball, right on the 50. Falling over McFarlane, leading in the race Grover, but lacking support. Taken across the line by Roden, and the umpire says throw it in. He was a bit lucky, Grover, there. He didn't quite know what to do. It panned out okay. He knew McFarlane had stumbled. And those behind him in gold and black. Sandilands knocks it down. Chaffee lays it off. Tivendale, the left footer. That's not a bad effort from Tivendale. May have hit the post. It did. Cleared the players on the line. Hit the post. And the Tigers haven't been down there too often in this term.
Pavlich assuming kicking duties now.
What a kick.
What a wonderful kick for Bell. And they've carried it up to the wing already. And with the overlap, they'll get more. Shammer on a bounce. Short to Hayden. Takes the mark. Can play on here. Hayden, the defender. The handball. Brown back to Hayden. Oh, they're mucking around with it. Hayden goes himself and misses.
Nobody wanted to take responsibility for kicking a goal.
It was Hayden 2 career goals to Brown 2 career goals, thinking I'll give it back to Hayden, who looked to handball it off again. Oh.
He was running in the straight line. He was only 25 metres out.
Nonetheless, the build-up was good. And now the Tigers facing a tight zone defence here. Campbell still perusing his options. Releases out wide. Kellaway near the boundary. Awkward looking kicking style. Oh, Schultz making good ground late to take the mark between wing and half back.
Duncan's obviously been working on his mongrels in his couple of months away.
Why perfect what's perfect? There goes the kick up towards the wing. Sandilands in from the side. Should have marked it. Didn't. Cracker. Sandilands over the top. Cracker lucky to survive it. He's got the free kick on the wing.
Nathan, stay out.
Cracker.
Play on.
Play on's the call. He was going to the middle. Checks. Kicks inside the 50 at right half forward. Plenty of Dockers there. McFarlane is the first back, bearing down Chaffee. This is Carr with some time. Dion Woods. Hazelby sold into trouble cleverly. Quick thinking by Hazelby. Got it back into the path of Woods, who hand passes down towards half forward. Diving in there, Simmons tries to knock it back to Woods. Woods wrenches the ball out of the contest, hit the ground hard. In goes Hall, tries to feed it to a teammate. Taken off him by Brown. Over the top goes Johnson. On his knees was Hall. Hand passed it out straight to Hazelby. Hazelby floats one towards the pocket. The bounce important here. Farmer twisting, turning, slipping. Over the top, Brown. Have a shot, son. My boy's carries. He's got the goal.
Goal, Dennis.
About time.
Well, this will go right back to Woods in the centre, but without question, Swatter, this is a committee goal.
Thank you.
No doubt about that, but on the back of some great instructions from Dennis was some terrific desperation. They just kept working the ball. Could have been called for a ball up. The umpires let it go, and Brown had a couple of players in supporting Peter Bell, but when you take the risk, you've got to make sure you go back and kick the goal, and they've come out all guns blazing at the moment, Dockers.
Third year on the club list, Andrew Brown. Still yet to reach double figures in games, but a shining light today, and it's game on at the MCG. 14 points the difference. The Dockers with their sails up. Catching the breeze. Brown shrugged off Shammer. High to half forward. Well, both players appealing for the free. Schultz under pressure from McFarlane. Bowden is there. And the umpires are letting it go a little bit, but they call for a bounce eventually.
Ease it up. Thanks, guys.
Well,
Thanks,
the footy world knows that the Dockers have been in a slump for the last few weeks since their win against Brisbane. But this is a sort of win, come from behind win, if they could orchestrate it, that could propel them back to the role that they were on midway through last year.
Remember, the Tigers capitulated badly in the second half last week, conceding 17 goals. They won't concede that many today, but they've already conceded 3 in this third term. Halfway through it. Half forward for the Tigers. Ottens, Sandilands. Ottens clever. The bouncer eludes them. Walker, good tackle on Cracker. Ball over for a boundary throw-in.
Dockers midfield players have not only got more of the ball, but they're starting to do a bit of a number on players like Johnson and Nathan Brown. They're restricting there at supply, but also getting plenty for their side as well.
Interesting disposal from Cracker. From the boundary throw-in. Brown trying to shrug off Bell. Hazelby to Shammer. He's brought down. Tackling intense. Roden swoops. Tightest of angles to the goal square. And well read McFarlane.
Plays on immediately to Parker. Breaking hard to the wingers, Pavlich. It comes in that direction. Matt Pavlich, not his best afternoon, but he's got the football on the wing. A runner inside. Uses him now. That's Hayden. Hayden left half forward. Spears the pass into Farmer. And Farmer's taken the mark about 40 metres out.
Just here.
10 metres in from the line.
We're starting to see a lot more hard running by the Dockers players, Gerard. That's the second time they've moved the ball from one end of the ground, defensive end, into their forward zone where they've got a shot on goal.
Jeffrey Farmer, 23 goals in 23 interstate matches. Not what they hoped for. The chance here to pull it back to just 8 points. No easy kick. Farmer comes in. Shocking effort. Falls short. Off hands, out of bounds in the opposite pocket. Well, a goal kicker would be expected to get the distance from there.
Got to say, Dennis, I've been one that has continually thought that Pavlich would be better placed in this team up in the forward line, but such is the dearth of their class midfielders. I think he just has to play either there or centre half back to give them that rebound and run through the middle.
No, that was okay.
Might be right.
Easy. Thought that was okay. Thanks.
A little bit of by-play there. Edwin with the tackle. Dockers with 15 more disposals this quarter. Otten's in a wrestle with Simmons. Bell. Play on the call. And Farmer's going to win a free.
Settle down. Settle down. Settle down and win at the man.
Mark Chaffee is not impressed. The free kick looked obvious initially.
Yes.
He cannot believe it. Now the whiz from the other side of the ground. Seeking atonement. Again, it's a tight angle. Again, it's a fluky breeze. Again, he doesn't make the distance. In the goal square, important ball to be won. Polak, Hazelby, high one. Won't carry to the line. Helped over. Boundary throw in.
Well, I think the whiz is out of sides, isn't he? He's going to try the middle.
Down to 8 minutes from three-quarter time. The Dockers firing everything at Richmond here. The goal square is unguarded from this boundary throw-in. Longmuir in a wrestle with Ottens. Longmuir emerges. Here he is, down the middle. Farmer this time. No. Dennis, where does he go next?
That is a leading question. Well, left side, right side, then the middle. Nothing on the board. The odds of that are great. Here's Campbell over the top. Chaffee out of defence. Up towards the wing. Polak in best position. Plucks it, wants to go. That was ambitious. They've got a problem as a result. Charging through. McFarlane made it look okay. Too nimble for Stafford. Probing kick inside the 50. Longmuir. Hands to it. Couldn't hang on. Knocked away by Ottens. Farmer again inside the 40 with an opportunity. Taken down. Ball slides out the back and the umpire no alternative but to ball it up. Give him his due. He's looking for a spot.
Well, he's had 4 touches in the space of 4 minutes. They're big figures for a pocket. He hasn't got one through, we know that, but good signs.
Simmons knocks it down. Hazelby slung, got it away. Still alive. Football. Shammer centering kick, coming back with wonderful courage. Polak hit the ground hard. Down goes Campbell. Charging in was Newman. Got a hand pass away to Kellaway. Hyde slips it away to Bowden. Bowden around the outer side on the lead. The mark is taken by Stafford. He wants to go. Looks back towards the middle. Plenty happening. Shocking kick. Chopped off by Bell. Taken by Pavlich. Bit of byplay. Walker around the outer side, kicks to the 50 from behind Ottens.
That umpire discussion with Newman, who's on Farmer at the moment as Ottens goes to Brown. Bounce an awkward one. Emerging Hazelby overruns it. Tivendale, can the Tigers get a goal against the trend? Cracker drops what he'd normally take. Walker closing in on him. Roden, we know he's quick. 60 out, 55 out. Roden closes to 50. Long ball to the goal square. Richardson back off. Hands are behind.
Well, at least we got a game of footy. It was a shocker in the first half with the Tigers just dominating, but
away from the square. Shane, come back on the mark.
I reckon they may have been energised by the coach at half-time.
6-5 plays. 8-8. Dockers bringing it out of defence now. Just taking some time down the northern wing. Still they go. Grover for Hazelby. Pops it up. Simmons has a couple to beat. Reads it well. Keeps his feet. Simmons steadies. Oh, Farmer off the ground perhaps. Somehow keeps it in. Simmons back towards Jeffrey. Oh, he's just can't take a trick at the moment. And the Tigers should clear. Newman for Hall. Still under pressure. Fiora. Now they've got men on the outer side.
Johnson, one of them, takes the mark. Crowd roaring. Johnson running up towards the centre square. Barking the instructions, doing plenty of bouncing too. Still Kane Johnson. That's 4 bounces. Lays it off across to Brown. 60 metres out. The short pass is on. Tivendale. Chip on his shoulder. Footy there too. Turns around, goes short. Awkward one for Kane Johnson. Over the top was Bell. The ball locked in there. And we'll have a ball up.
Isn't it amazing? The pressure now added to the game by the Dockers. And Richmond start overusing the football and going for the short option.
Crawley on the phone. Big men wrestle off the back of Sandilands. The hand pass came back towards the middle from Stafford. Headland gave it to McFarlane. Back to Headland. Forward of half back. Chipping to half forward. Now here's a chance. Hayden looks to the middle. Should kick it long to Simmons. He's run a long way. Goes inside the 50. Terrible kick. Off the side of the boot. It wanders to the pocket. Gaspar knocks it towards the boundary. Will be assisted by Hall. Well done by Hall. Bought Gaspar some time. The kick out no good. Longmuir gets it away to Cunningham. Cunningham upended as he kicked, and that's a pretty tough ball. Unless it was high.
They'll actually go back to where he was.
Well,
downfield.
Yeah, but the ball went out of the full, so they'll go back to where he was.
Yeah, they're there or here. Yeah, down there. Thank you.
on the boundary, is it?
Where the ball went out of bounds, according to the umpire.
I think you've got to say the contact, if he's called it late, the contact certainly affected the kick. That's a big call. If it was high, that's another matter. Simmons in the right pocket for a left footer. A chance to kick his third, but it will take something special from here. But the Dockers are coming at the Tigers, and the Tigers, in characteristic fashion of late, are looking very shaky.
There's plenty of room inside the boundary line if the big fella just comes out over the boundary line and opens up the angle at the moment. No Tigers players there defending the line.
Spoken like a great left footer. Simmons steers it through. Schwartz couldn't have done any better.
Another Fox Footy Sunday thriller. The margin 9 points.
Let's have a look at the free kick. There it is. Just a bit of an exasperated push there. Bit over enthusiastic from Chaffee, and Valley Hurgeswater just pushed it straight through the goals, opened them up. And now it's up to the Tigers to respond, because they're the ones that have stopped the run.
Simmons with 3 goals. Dockers with the last 4 this quarter, 6 of the last 7 in the match. But Tiff, they've got a small forward who's not very happy.
Absolutely. Jeff Farmer, quite unusual scenes here. You wouldn't say it's that hot, but he came off the ground and he took his shirt straight off, undid his shoes, and then put the blanket over his lap. So try and figure that one out.
Wasn't a Brad Harvey waving it at the coach's box?
No, not at all.
Tigers with the centre clearance, but Dockers win the footy. McFarlane for Cook. Here they go again. Short ball. Polak. Good hands. Headland wants it. Hazelby wants it. Look at the run in their game now. Penetrating kick. Longmuir there waiting down. Ball knocked near the boundary line. Tippendale under enormous pressure if he keeps it in, which he does, and he does it very well. Finds Hall. Low, wide kick. Bouncing ball, awkward one. Blumfield brought down. Grover, good tackle. Now Pettifer with courage, going back with a flight of the ball against Bell, and he takes the mark with 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
We saw Cook bring that ball back to the centre of the ground. I just wonder whether or not Connolly has said anybody that goes wide gets dragged, because it was a definite change of direction.
Brown and Newman under 3 minutes till three-quarter time. Kick from Newman to half forward. Beautifully weighted kick going back into space. Otten's just, it was an awkward one to mark, and as a result he had to stop. He was off balance. He's played well this afternoon, although Sandilands has tested him far more than Longmuir did early. Longmuir okay on the ground. Sandilands, though, in the air has been his equal. And now Richardson deep in the pocket. Okay, the enigmatic Farmer at one end couldn't muster anything. Equally enigmatic as this man, Richardson. He's got 4. A little bit of the crazy hair there. Back against the fence. Tigers with their backs to the wall. Richardson opens the angle. Pretty good effort.
4-4. His return. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Third quarter.
2 minutes, John. Fine there, mate. Fine there.
It is going to be game on entering the last as the Dockers search for just their 4th win at this ground in this their 19th appearance.
Right there, Greg.
Carr in the back pocket. Makes Parker work. Can he get it onto Cook? Well, he gets by Brown comfortably. Now he can run with Cook. Has a bounce himself. Reaches the wing. Keeps it low. Oh, what a juggling mark by Pettifer, a beauty.
Had a good couple of minutes, Pettifer.
Yep.
Ball, keep coming.
10 points, Richmond's lead. Looking to end a 3-game losing run. The kick to the wing. Brown. Neat. Now the finish to Richardson. Fantastic.
Easy, let it go. Let it go.
Number 1 for effective kicks in the league. That's why Richardson to Johnson. Kane can turn around and kick a much-needed goal for the Tigers. Johnson gets his first. The steadier they need with a minute remaining in the third quarter.
Well, an important goal for the Tigers, but as Jared just mentioned a couple of moments ago, Kane Pettifer has taken 2 very good marks that have not only stopped Dockers going into their forward 50 to set up a couple of opportunities through Richardson, this time finishing with Kane Johnson. So they needed to get themselves a steadying goal. They've got that.
Nathan Brown, 19 possessions, the last of them a beauty. Under the chest of Matthew Richardson. Got it to Kane Johnson. Stafford beaten by Sandilands. Cook hurriedly out of the middle. Polak, cruel bounce. Backing him up, Longmuir over the football. Too slick for Cunningham, or was it Bell? Cunningham it was, who missed it initially. Brown once more. Ditto. This time it's Chaffee. Again, wonderful finish by a player with silky skills. Chaffee to the pocket. Doubt the wisdom of that. McFarlane knocked it away from Otten's in trouble. McFarlane got a hand pass to Walker, who's running. Kicks it up towards the wing. Opportunity for Longmuir. Hall and Longmuir. Well, Hall should have knocked it out. Longmuir outnumbered 4-1. Well, advantage will be paid. Only Jackie Chan would have liked those odds. He was surrounded by Tigers. And he battled manfully, but eventually it's coming back to Hall. But I suppose in essence that was a very good result for the Dockers. And Hall kicks it short to Bowden on the siren. So this game very much up for grabs. The margin 26 points at the major break. It's back to 14 now, and bear in mind the Tigers got the last goal. So at three-quarter time, 9-9-63, plays 7-5-47. Better from the Dockers. Shammer spent some time on the bench, and so did Jeffrey Farmer, who couldn't find a goal but found his top.